Hello friend, welcome back to my channel. God bless you. For the news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. According to recent court documents, Josh has 20 cents in his bank account and no savings because the Duggar family has stopped sending him money. Josh's wife, Anna, and their 6 kids reside in an Arkansas home worth $1 million. Josh, 37, has been incarcerated for 151 months for offenses involving child pornography, and will not be eligible to leave until December 23, 2032. Josh is currently defending himself in his latest fight for freedom following multiple unsuccessful attempts, and he is working to have the conviction reversed. Josh. The U.S. Sun can exclusively publish the fresh documents he provided as part of his appeal, which recently admitted his financial situation while detained. As of April 2025, Josh has just 22 cents in his account and owes 2 cents. He described his situation in detail in his declaration, including his assets, savings, and income from no other sources in addition to his unemployment. Josh claimed in court that although Movement presently completes a jail work assignment, they are not compensated. Documents. Therefore, Movement is not obligated to reveal any earnings from his employment. Movement does not currently own any real estate or personal belongings. Josh claimed that not even his loved ones were sending him money while he was inside. He claims that although Movement occasionally gets money from friends and family, this did not happen during the time frame for this request's reporting. In other cases, Josh's father, Jim Bob, and several of his siblings have shown their support for the departed relative. Joshua claimed to have as little use in the commissary because he has little money. Rare videos of Anna Duggar's children, Madison and Mariella, inside their brand new $1 million home are released 3 years after Josh was given a prison sentence. In addition, he claims that he is owed money for fines and unlawful reparations from earlier court cases. In his court filings, Josh asserted that he is entitled to relief because he is unable to cover the costs of these profits. According to the U.S. Sun's earlier claim, Josh had asked the court to designate new lawyers for him in order to file an appeal on May 12. Josh claims that his case involves complicated constitutional and evidentiary concerns, such as errors in the forensic evidence's inclusion, potential Brady violations, court judgments, and trial strategy. Since these issues may be relevant to a collateral attack, skilled lawyers should carefully review them to see if there are any grounds for relief. Novel legal theories and approaches have. He claimed that things that happened after his trial in 2021 have surfaced in public debate that might be pertinent to the defendant's case. Josh asserted that he lacks the expertise and experience necessary to carry out an independent investigation. Josh referred to his present financial situation as unable to afford counsel. In a letter to the U.S. Sun, Josh pleaded with Judge Timothy L. Brooks to help with the request. "I'm in jail right now and fighting for Josh." Started writing to the judge who heard his trial on May 12, 2025. "I asked the court to help me find legal representation to assess my case and, if necessary, draft a request to overturn, vacate, or amend my conviction and sentence. Throughout my term, I have made it a goal to stay in touch with my family, work on myself, advance spiritually, and finish my education. However, after closely reviewing my case, I've determined that a thorough post-conviction review is required because raise serious worries about evidentiary rulings, trial errors, and other constitutional violations. I seek the expertise of knowledgeable counsel to help me determine whether relief is warranted, because I am unable to adequately consider these things on my own." Josh's request for a new legal team was denied. Josh has made the decision to proceed with the appeal and is acting as his own attorney. Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar's eldest son claims that there were several occasions in which his constitutional rights were breached, and a fair trial was denied to him. Bobby Hull, a family friend and the mother of his ex-girlfriend, gave biased and uncorroborated testimony, as was previously published in the U.S. press. A guilty conviction may also be overturned for a variety of reasons, including the exclusion of information about a different offender during the trial, perjury by a government agent, false testimony by a government agent, and other reasons. Since being found guilty in May 2022, Josh has consistently insisted that he is innocent, and has been aggressively working to have the verdict appealed. Josh challenged his verdict for the first time in October 2022. In August 2023, the 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals denied his appeal for a retrial. When Josh tried to call his lawyer during a raid at his car business 15 months before his arrest, federal agents allegedly confiscated his phone. He spoke to the agents without legal counsel, according to Justin Gelfund, his attorney at the time. Even so, the agents did interpret him as. The court chose to deny the new trial notwithstanding Miranda's writings, which could convey the sense that someone is incarcerated. However, before Duggar could sign a statement affirming his rights, agents were told to scratch out the part that said he was being taken into custody, according to the court records. The documents were changed to explicitly state that he might leave. The government benefits from the second and third factors. As the agents, Duggar sat in the front passenger seat when they pulled up in their truck. He was free to move about during the interaction, as evidenced by his ability to get in and out of the car on his own without being tied. Duggar willingly consented to being questioned by the FBI even after they began speaking to him. Has somebody been downloading child pornography? Was the next question. Throughout the interview, he kept talking to them for about an hour. Ed Duggar is not arrested during questioning. Ended. He willingly ended the interview and left the dealership, which was unexpected. It's hardly a decision someone in captivity would have to make. As a result, we upheld the district court's decision, which was the final sentence in the ruling. In June 2024, the Supreme Court denied the conviction appeal. Josh, his 37-year-old wife Anna, and their 6 kids live in a lavish $1 million estate in Arkansas. Jim Bob, 59, paid $1 for a house on April 15, 2025, using an LLC he owned. Million. 6 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms are included in the house. Built in 2008, the home is 6,318 square feet and sits on 10 acres of land. Anna and her children will have plenty of peace and quiet at this property because of its tree-lined yard and private entry. Dark hardwood floors and matching woodwork can be found on the home's main floor. The living area is characterized by a fireplace and a wood-beamed vate ceiling, tile flooring, oak cabinets, an island, and stainless steel appliances. This kitchen's features include granite countertops. The master suite has 2 sinks, a raised bathtub that is reachable by stairs, and a walk-in shower. The large basement also features a locked gun room that opens to a covered patio for outdoor recreation, as well as a built-in bar. The house also features a 2-car garage and a porch facing the property on the 2nd story. The property has hardwood floors, a kitchen, a bathroom, and a guest house within. A 40 by 50 barn featuring 6 wash stations. Horse stables are also available. Anna posted a video of her kids playing with the dog she breeds inside her house. Josh Duggar, the former star of 19 Kids and Counting, was sentenced to 151 months in prison in December 2021 after entering a guilty plea to downloading and possessing photos of child sex assault. The timeline of the former reality star's legal issues is provided below. After a Homeland Security probe in May 2019, Josh was initially accused of stealing documents containing sexual assault of kids. Homeland Security authorities raided Josh's PC at the car dealership where he worked in late November. After his arrest on April 29, 2021, Josh was still detained without bond in an Arkansas prison. Although he entered a not guilty plea in a federal courthouse in Fayetteville, Arkansas, he was charged with receiving and possessing images of child sex abuse during a hearing conducted by Zoom the next day at the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Arkansas. The trial for Josh started on November 30, 2021, and on December 9, 2021, a decision was made. He was found guilty of receiving and knowing about child sex abuse. In May 2022, Josh was sentenced to 12 years in federal prison, along with a $50,100 fine and special assessment. Later, in the latter part of 2023, Josh's defense team appealed to the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals, but their plea was denied. Shortly after, Josh filed an appeal for a fresh trial. His attorney said that federal officials would not allowing Josh to call while he was in custody. On June 24, 2024, Josh's request was once again turned down. Josh was charged with possessing and receiving child pornography after being arrested in April 2021. He was found guilty after an Arkansas trial that lasted almost 2 hours. Josh received a 151-month sentence in May and was transferred to FCI Segoville in June 2022. Josh appeared behind prison gates for the first time in years in December 2024 after last being seen pacing the prisons.